Center. This is our makerspace that's in association with the museum. Now, my name is Charlie, and I'm going to be doing a really fun at-home activity that you can do with your family, friends, or whatever. Helping me today is Esther. She's our master technician here at the center. Now, what we're going to be doing today, we are going to be making a scribbling bot. Now, when you hear that word bot, what are some things that you think of? I know me personally, I like to think of robots, like a really cool thing that does like actions, maybe will fold my laundry for me. But for today's activity, a bot is going to be defined as anything that moves and does something. So our bot is going to be able to move and scribble on this nice paper over here. So an example of a bot that we can be making today is Bob. This is Bob, the bot. Bob stands up on his own, perfectly fine. However, Bob is not moving right now. And that's because our bot needs a power source. So what we're going to do with Bob, we are going to plug this in and see how well he works. Oh, technology. See, he's able to stand on his own. He's able to move around and leave that trail as he's going. So let's turn Bob off and kind of explain how he works. All right, so with Bob, what's making him move is this motor right here. So for our Bob, we are using a DC motor. However, you can use any type of motor or thing that moves. So maybe an old pager, a toy that you don't use that you want to take the buzzer out of, or you can use an electric toothbrush. So we get these from the dollar store. They vibrate and move, and you can just use those as a way to make your own bot. Now, let's build our own bot. Now what we want to start with is a body. So for the body of your bot, you can use any type of recycled material at home. So we have deli containers, we have old tape rolls, we have cups just like Bob, but I want to use the tape roll. Now for our bot, it can be a robot, it can be a cool little Bob, or it can be an animal. Well, I like to make a creature or monster. So what I'm going to do for my bot, I'm going to add some arms. So how many arms do we want to add for our bot? While we're figuring that out, I'm going to look at some colors. So we have yellow, white, pink, orange, green. I really like this green color, so I'm going to add some green. Now, we're going to start cutting up some pieces so that we can add to our bot. So that we can be ready to put it together. Now, who can remind me, how many arms do we want to have our bot to have?
Let's do 3.
3? All right.
We have an orange one since we're in create.
Ooh, we do have an orange one. So we can even mix our orange and green. So we can give it 2 nice orange arms and an extra green one. All right. So we have our green, we have our orange, and we're going to use some fun tape to put this all together. So I'm just sticking the arms to the tape. That way I can just add them on to my bot. All right. Now we have our fancy arms for our bot. There, it's got one arm, it's going up, one arm going to the side, and one arm that's just right up to have fun. All right, now what our bot needs is it needs to move. So this is for this one, we're gonna be using our regular DC motor. Now, if I just put the battery into our motor, you'll notice it's not moving very much. So even though this part is spinning, there's nothing that's happening. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out this battery first. And what we need to do is we need to set our motor off balance. So that's really what's gonna make it move, is the more off balance it is, the more our Scribblebot is gonna be able to walk around. So we can do this one of 2 ways. For this, we use a piece of hot glue gun stick. You can stick it on just like this and add like an extra long nose to your motor. Or my favorite method is I like to put it in the middle, make it more of a helicopter. You see? So I'm gonna stick it not quite towards the middle, because remember, the more off-center it is, the easier it's gonna move around. Use a little bit of force. All right. Now that we have our motor ready, we're gonna attach it to our 3-armed bot. All right, so with our bot, we wanna make sure that our battery and our motor are somewhere where they're not going to hit anything else. Now, the easiest way for our particular bot is we can do it with our motor facing up and our battery just off to the side. That way when this starts spinning, it's not going to hit anything else in our build. So we're going to start by ripping up some tape. I'm going to continue using green because I like green. It is my personal favorite color. I'm going to add that to our motor and stick it right on to our bot. All right, now can we see, is this going, now that we've added our tape, is this going to hit anything? Looks like it's going to hit our tape a little bit, so we're going to have to do some readjusting, and that is totally okay. One of the parts of being a maker or a tinkerer is just go ahead and give it a try, and if something doesn't work or it's not going the way that you want it, you can always try it again later. All right, now we need to stick our battery on there. I'm going to make a nice little roll, stick that onto the back, and add it to our bot. Now, are we ready to see if our bot moves? All right, so we're gonna take our battery again, stick it in to our holder. All right, we have something that moves. Cool. Oh.
You can use whatever you have laying around the house. Empty cereal box, any empty cups, any containers, little tiny Tupperwares, whatever you have laying around the house, you can turn into a Scribblebot.
Yeah, so now that we have something that moves, now we need to figure out a way to get it to scribble. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some legs to our bot, but first we have to pick what color do we want our bot to scribble with. So we have blue, orange, red, green, black, and pink. So let's think about which color we want to add to our bot while I put those legs so that it can stand up. All right, so we're gonna use orange legs, keep with our green and orange color scheme. And just like we did with everything else, put our tape on, stick it to our bot, add our tape again. Oh.
So we have these small DC hobby motors here. If you don't have access to those, dollar store electric toothbrushes, there's a little motor inside those. If you have an old pager or really old phone, you can take the motor out of that. So that's what we use for that.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for help on that, Esther. All right, now we have our bot. It mostly stands up. We're going to adjust this leg a little bit more. Now, the part we've all been waiting for. What color do we want to add? I don't know. What are you thinking, Esther? What color should we use?
Do we have yellow?
Huh? We do not have yellow, unfortunately.
Oh, we're doing markers. Blue?
Yeah. Let's do blue. All right. Let's give Bob a blue marker to scribble with. All right. Got a blue
Somebody
marker.
else said red.
Oh, red? Okay, we can still switch it to red. Sorry, Esther. Let's take this off. Add our red marker. It's all right. We love getting feedback from our audience. All right. So we have our new bot. It's standing up on its own. We've already checked to make sure that the motor is not going to be interfered with by anything else. So now we're going to plug our battery in and let's see our bot scribble in 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. What happened? We didn't check before we tested, see how our motor is still hitting our marker. That just means we have to move our marker somewhere else. That's what I really like about this type of bot is you can easily move around a thing, bring this down, and congratulations, we have our own scribbling bot that we all built together. Now, as Esther was saying, you can use any type of recycled or at-home material in order to make your bot. Now, what I'm gonna use, I'm gonna show you to use this simple pool noodle and one of those toothbrush batteries in order to make your own thing. So I pre-made this little body for my bot. So we're just gonna put this on, add a little bit of orange tape, and now we have a cool little squid. All right, and now for the motor on this one, what we're gonna use is we're actually gonna use the battery or motor from our electric toothbrush. I'm I'm gonna go ahead and clip off the electric toothbrush head because we don't need it for this activity. We're gonna set that down. Now we'll use that blue marker that Esther was really excited about in our squid. So we're gonna add that marker onto the back of our bot, like so. And got that blue marker on. Now that we have our bot that stands up, it has its marker. We're gonna turn on our electric toothbrush, put it into our pool noodle. Oop. Oh, it's a little off balance, so let's make sure that is all the way in. And then scribble away, little squid. Yeah. And these are just two examples of what you can make with your Scribblebots. You can make a scribble monster, you can make a scribbling animal, you can be like Bob and make a scribble robot, but please make your own Scribblebots at home. Feel free to tag us tag us or post #AZScience and just have fun. Show us what you're making at home. All right, thank you so much. Goodbye.